Hello everyone, this is Maffuman coming at you with StarCraft Star Battle. This is a 6-on-6 ship buddy action game, which is actually just a 5 versus 5 today. Looks like 2 of those 5 are going to be Dreadnoughts. We got G-Car coming on in there, Explosive Charge, and Yibnas, Explosive Charge as well. Both going for extra damage with their little Explodey-John, but sacrificing a little bit of speed and tank ability. Still a good move. But it is a sacrifice in the very beginning. Looks like Thumper, 6 upgrades on interceptors, sacrificing speed to get more interceptor upgrades. Panks Inji, 1.71 speed, tac fighters to farm, and it looks like Iron Condor, no upgrades on the installations or anything like that. Does have speed though, and Mutalisk to try to farm. At range, Zeratul is going to oppose them with the frigate with 2 upgrades on Wraiths. Farming as well. Iris going in there, 1.51 speed because they have Adrenal Overload as well as Dark Swarm. The Peanut Butter Jelly right there, we have Adrenal Overload can help him heal, restore his energy, and Dark Storm helps him heal up and also protects him as well. I'm going to need that if he's going to be surrounded by these double dreadnoughts. And it looks like Panks, we have Shaoran the Pirate flying away, 1.71 speed, going to just try to attack away at the 2 dreadnoughts, both of them using the explosive charge, doing so much damage versus Iris, but Iris is actually relatively protected because he has his allies as well as Dark Swarm. But will this Dark Swarm be enough? He is on a 6-second cooldown. He can't use Adrenal Overlord, so he would die. He is just at the almost barely point where he could have used it and healed up slightly more, despite having 3 allies protecting him. Not quite enough when the Yibnas and G-Car double explosive charge combination was shooting them away. We have missiles all over the place. From Agrippa, 1.71 speed has longboat missiles. Dunks has the 2 upgrades on the longboat missiles as well as 1.71 speed. Zeratul went for Wraiths. We have Shaoran went for backlash rockets. There is like all missile attacks right now. Yibnas and G-Car, neither of them have the very much money right now. Neither of them have very many shields or upgrades or speed or repair bots or anything else fancy like a protective field. But what they did get was a kill. The red side is basically all medium, far distance damage dealers. We got the battle cruisers and the frigates basically 2 versus 2. We have Panks Inji coming on in there. The blue side has more of a diverse, cast of ships right now, including Plague. 1, 2 ships right there. Perfect shots on the Plague. But look at this. The red side saying, "Oh no, I think we see the danger of the double dreadnought along the side." They are going to kind of fly away towards their own base, but away from everybody else. The battlecruisers are the most versatile ships right now, with the ability to go for some energy drain. They can't drain Iron Condor. They do have another Plague on the Shaoran. Looking at this, oh no, they see it. They see the danger. They are closer to base, so they are a little bit more safe. They're both at relatively full health, except for the plagued ones. Speed is going to be their ally right now. Dreadnoughts are at 1.71 speed, so they are faster than most ships and most dreadnoughts. However, the frigates and battlecruisers can get faster if they spend that money. Looks like Agrippa 728 money, 852 for Shaoran, Zeratul 537, and Dunks 576. The Terran army mostly is ranged fighters, while the other ships are relatively more specialized. We see these dreadnoughts are more specialized tanks. However, they're going for a different role within their abilities. Panks Inji just has the laser batteries to farm. Thumper could be dangerous once he gets a lot of money. 540 right now. He has 1.61 speed. Going to warp on back to base. Has upgrades for his interceptors. Let's see what he ends up going for. He could get more interceptors and really triple down, or he could go for some other abilities. Vortexes and Tempest are the 2 big ones. It looks like he went for that Vortex. Going to protect him if he is ever in danger, and also potentially catch everybody else. Iron Condor using that Plague, 233 right now. It's a great ability, has a great range, it drains hull damage. However, battlecruisers are a little bit special because they can go for things like the fire suppression system to stop them burning, as well as biosteel to heal them up. Looks like he went for Nuke though. gonna be, you know, a last-ditch resort if G-Car and Yibnas surprise you. You can use Nuke to attack them and just do as much damage as possible. Zeratul has 1.82 speed, faster than the Dreadnoughts. Looks like Dunks has 1.71 speed, has lockdown, so we can try to stop the Dreadnoughts from attacking. Agrippa has the Nuke, Zeratul has speed, and Shaoran has Fusion Torpedo. Similar Vortex being used, though, on the other frigate. It looks like Yibnas is going to fly in there. Look at them. They're both setting up these explosive charges. Monsters as soon as they get ready. Oh, Plague, swing and a miss, though. 1, 2, 3 ships were tried to attack. They're just going to keep on flying. We got Nuke being used on 1, 2 right there. Yibnas and G-Car moving in there regardless. They're taking a whole bunch of damage, though. G-Car going to have to move on back. Another round of missiles could actually take them out. Will he use the Fusion Torpedo? Fusion Torpedo could be a game changer. It's going to swing and stop right now. He canceled the Fusion Torpedo, making it still active, still able to do some damage. Nuke scaring away Shaoran. Fantastic move by Panks Inji, and will this be enough? He has enough to survive it. He does escape it as well. 1.82 speed, just faster than the Nuke itself. And it looks like Interceptor's flying in there, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Not as much as they could, though, because he went for the Vortex. And that was a fantastic use of another Fusion Torpedo. Fusion Torpedo does take out Yibnas. Iron Condor flying in there, doing a plague. However, look at these people right here. Gonna shoot him for his efforts. He has his one trick. His pony is very cool for the one trick it does, but he has to move away after he plagues, and that's where the one burst of plague is super helpful in burning down, generally injuring people. But when you can consistently shoot missiles, you have the advantage of just staying in combat. We have Panks Inji moving in, nuclear missile, 70-second cooldown. Dunks has the lockdown. Dunks makes sure that he can't use his energy. 300 energy potential, needs 200, and it does drain 100 energy, 10 energy per second, for 10 seconds, 100 energy, but mostly also stops him from using his abilities. G-Car moving in there. He went for the explosive charge. He has 1.71 speed. He doesn't have the armor that most Dreadnoughts have. He doesn't have the protective field or anything like that, because he just went for such heavy damage, and it did work. It looks like Thumper is going to just try to bide his time, get his Tempests as well. He went for Tempests and Vortex. He has, two great abilities that just take more time. Let's see if the red side makes it on back to base. Frigate Zeratul is not quite in the burning just yet. Frigates don't have the fire suppression system. They don't have biosteel, so they are fantastic targets to be plagued because their plague damage is relatively permanent, making you go back to base. So you see a lot of frigates go for things like shields when they're a Terran unit. Plague being used. Torpedo, 13-second cooldown. Agrippa has the Nuke. Let's see, money-wise, Zeratul almost 960 right there. Dunks 807. We have Shaoran 1013.24. Agrippa has 859. Red side making it on back to base. Blue side attacking. I'm trying to see how much money they possibly can get. They do have a carrier. They do have a carrier that went for 2 very energy-intensive builds, and so let's see how long they can do that. The Vortex can be super helpful for either catching people or defending yourself. However, it just costs so much. Iron Condor flying away, 1.71 speed, using his allies as protection. These Tempests are going to do some damage. Zeratul, though, keep on flying in. 123 damage per missile, attacking it 8 times. He upgraded it from 6 to 7 to 8, and attacking and upgrading his range from, I think, 8 to 9 to 10 to 11. Doing a whole bunch of damage. Plague just to scare him off. These Tempests are just the House Tempests, much lower, has 15 range and 280. Still, with no tanks, the red side doesn't want to do that. The most tanky ship could be a battlecruiser if they chose to, but look at this, they both went for missile pods. Missile pods on Dunks, missile pods on Agrippa. Those missile pods have these interceptors' name on them. I guess that'd be like 10 or 11 interceptors' names on them. Either way, the phrase means that they're trying to be shot, they're trying to do some area of effect damage. Nuke trying to scare off. If nothing else, it forced Agrippa to decide, do I want to take 6,000 damage, which would have been mostly in shields, 6,000 damage plus all the residual effects of Nuke, or do I want to just back up for a while and miss out on that farm? He chose to miss out on that farm, which is good. I mean, otherwise he would have taken a bunch of damage. The Interceptors moving in, even though they're not upgraded super a lot, 34 damage is a bunch, and it's great against the Sky Furies right there. We have the Interceptors moving in, Thumper going along the side. Look at this, he has even more abilities. He has 525 energy to support it as well, but he wants to keep 200 around for Vortex, 100 to assume that he's going to be locked down, plus his allies right there. We got Nuke going against G-Car. G-Car going to fly away. He has 8 upgrades on his Terran ship plating, 40 base armor. He takes his Nuke, he goes back to base, he has 79, he can support himself. The one thing he needs to get is, what's it called? Right here, these repair bots, these R2-D2s to help him out. But, it's just a matter of money right now. The blue side has tanks, they have people who can do some damage, they have this Warp Prism at relatively low health, but will the red side be able to capitalize on that? Vortex being on Shaoran, and looks like Dunks, Zeratul, and Agrippa gonna have to stay in combat. Looks like this is the red side's time to shine. They still have this Warp Prism to attack. Will G-Car move in? He absolutely is going to try to set up his explosive charges. He's going to be in there, he's going to do some damage, but look at this. Agrippa and Shaoran scaring off G-Car. Doesn't have the protective field, and the rest of the blue side wasn't quite able to go in there and attack. But at least it stopped the Warp Prism from being taken down for now. Interceptors being shot down, Dunks and Zeratul flying away. Red side moving back. Great ability right there. Contaminate, underutilized. It was reduced how much energy it costs a while ago. 65 energy to slow down all the missiles in the area. And you know what they're going against as the blue side? Missiles. We got missiles from the frigate. We got missiles from this frigate. We got missiles from this battlecruiser. We got missiles from this battlecruiser. It's not their sole focused. They have other abilities, but it is one thing that will consistently do damage. And if you can stop how much damage your opponents are doing, your team will survive longer. We have a Nuke from Panxinji scaring off Agrippa. Again, even if it doesn't hit, it at least forced him away, so he can't do as much. He already has 836 money, so he's not like poor, but it certainly helped him do any more damage. You couldn't do a sneaky Nuke against G-Car and kill him or anything like that. Zeratul moving up. When in doubt, nuke it out. It looks like the Thumper Tempest being hit, Zeratul taking a plague for his efforts. He needed to go in there, he wanted to shoot down these Tempests. These Tempests are going to be respawned in the gas, and he took a plague from Iron Condor in the meantime. Iron Condor has 2 abilities, 65 plus 100. I don't know if it's an actual rule. I think that it helps to have whatever the cost of the 2 abilities you have, factoring in kind of their cooldown to some degree, and then also adding another 200 on top of that. So he's kind of barely not enough to pay for that. He should go back and get some more when he has the ability. It looks like Panxinji moving away, taking some damage. Has longbow missiles at 10 range, 130. That's not a limited amount of damage or range. However, with Agrippa and Shaoran moving in there, it doesn't look like it's doing enough. It has Agrippa moving in. We got a Nuke going in there and swing, and a miss from Shaoran, but almost so close. Look how much. Oh no, the Nuke chasing away. Keep offline. You have to go all the way back to base and even throw in. Oh, Panxinji was taken out by Agrippa, the in-base Nuke, and Agrippa though burning down, heavily damaged, doesn't have the fire suppression system. He's going to be burning on back to base. Will he make it back? He has 260 he has to get from the midfield. Oh, G-Car going for the desperation siege right now. But hey, you know what? When you have a carrier who also has siege weapons, and when you have a carrier that has Vortex, this can actually be a fantastic combination. It looks like the battlecruiser is going to limp on back to base, 150 something odd, and makes it on back by this upgrade. This game brought to you by Progressive. It's not, but it could be. It's super helpful to have. It's $50. A really good ability for all battlecruisers to have. we have this warp prism being protected by this Gauss cannon. It basically transforms the dreadnought into a siege tank. Reduces your speed from 1.71 down by 1.55. You're crawling. Your armor going down, 30 armor right there. So the thing that was protecting you, now gone. But it does give you that extra range, give you that extra damage, and you can keep on upgrading it. And the more that you upgrade your Gatling cannon, the faster it is as well, which eventually really makes this very quick. It looks like interceptors flying around. Oh, look at that. Dunk's launching his missile pods. They do ally damage as well, but you know what does even more damage to your allies? Your enemies. So it looks like the red side moving on back to base kind of independently went back. Agrippa, nuke ready, missiles ready. Looks like he has a brand new fresh set of paint right now. There is Shaoran with the fusion torpedo. Fusion torpedo is really good against the dreadnought right now, and he's just shooting out whatever he possibly can. Zeradul flying in there. He's got the quick reload. He really wants to take out the warp prism, and going to use a fusion torpedo. Hits G-Car. And can't really get out there in time. And look at this, both towers under fire, vortex being used. It looks like Iron Condor is going to move on in there. And he does have Plague. A Plague in this area could be fantastic. Will G-Car commit to attacking this right here? Does he see it right now? Shaoran, the danger zone. It looks like Iron Condor is going to Plague on Agrippa. And he has another fusion torpedo. Another fusion torpedo should slap down G-Car, followed up with missiles. Nuke being used on Iron Condor for all of their efforts. And it looks like 1, 2, warp prisms being tickled to death, taken out at the same time. It looks like the blue side is really going to have to turtle up on in base, and that is going to be a non-GG'd GG. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys send your replays to MaffumanCasting@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.